Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we really try to get under the skin of a subject. Today we're plunging into a novel that, honestly, it's really stayed with me. A truly captivating piece of literature. It uses this near-future setting to hold up a pretty startling mirror to, well, to us, right now.
Oh,
Okay, let's unpack this. Our subject today is Kazuo Ishiguro's novel, Klara and the Sun. And it's just critically acclaimed, for good reason. It's not just, another story about AI.
No, not at all.
It's much more profound. It's about being human, loving, sacrifice, all the big stuff. And our deep dive today, it's drawing from a really insightful analysis of the book. Gives us a great lens into the themes, the structure, its impact. So our mission really is to pull out the most powerful insights. We want to focus on how Ishiguro uses artificial intelligence, not just as a plot device, but more like a microscope held up to the human heart, until the heart itself starts to look, well, alien. That's a quote from the analysis we read, and it's spot on.
It really captures it.
Yeah, it drives so much of the novel's power. It's full of these subtle warnings, these deep questions that kind of linger long after you finish the book. So right at the center of it all is Klara. She's an artificial friend, an AF, our narrator.
Yeah.
And what hits you immediately is her voice. It's just so unique. We first meet her, in a shop window? She's solar-powered, programmed to observe, remember, anticipate things.
Right, very observant.
And her narration.
Yeah.
Just perfect grammar, technically.
Yeah.
But it feels slightly off-kilter.
Yes, exactly. There's a slight strangeness.
Someone called it a dialect of wonder and deferential caution. I thought that was lovely.
That's a great description.
Like when she talks about the sun. She says, I believe the sun is very kind. I have watched him from the shop window with a capital H on him.
Yeah, that capitalization is key.
It's not just style. It's literally her theology, right? Sunlight is goodness. Shadows are bad. Clouds are temporary problems for her faith.
Disruptions, yeah.
And Ishiguro's genius here, I think, is that her voice never feels annoying or robotic. It's not quite human, but you always trust her.
You do, implicitly.
We end up seeing the world through these eyes that just report. They can't lie, but they also can't fully know the human stuff underneath. And that gap, the analysis calls it, the novel's moral wound.
What's fascinating here is exactly that trust you mentioned. Because she's so reliable in what she sees, but so innocent in understanding it. Ishiguro forces us, the readers, to do the interpretation. We're constantly trying to bridge that gap between her clear sight and our own, let's be honest, often messy understanding of things.
Yeah, messy is a good word for it.
It makes you really examine your own assumptions about truth, about feelings, even about what being alive really means. It's a very clever way to pull you in.
Definitely. And it perfectly sets up this story that looks small on the surface, but the implications are just huge. The structure's interesting, too. It feels almost like a cozy family drama, a domestic story.
Right.
But underneath, there's this brewing storm.
Yeah, that dystopian teacup idea is perfect.
Right. You think, okay, rich mom buys an AF for her sick kid. The AF tries to help. Things get complicated. Sounds gentle.
Deceptively so.
But like you said, that teacup holds a cyclone. Each chapter is basically Klara's daily log, her observations. And slowly, piece by piece, they build up this quiet, but really damning picture of a society.
An indictment, yeah.
A society that's just sort of accepted eugenics as what? A normal part of parenting.
Accepted without much fuss.
And the pacing is pure Ishiguro. That slow burn, that slow release thing. Nothing much seems to happen.
Until it does.
Until everything happens at once. A canceled party,
Yeah.
a promise broken, this desperate prayer to the sun that might work, or might just be, well, physics.
Nuclear fusion, yeah.
But it's in that quietness, that gentleness, that the really disturbing future starts to show itself. How does he do that? What does Klara actually see in this world?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this dystopia with the sound off, as you called it, it's maybe the most unsettling part. Ishiguro builds this future using, well, someone called it negative space. You infer things.
Right, it's not spelled out.
Exactly. You learn kids are either lifted, genetically enhanced, or unlifted, which implies this whole underclass exists.
Very.
Universities, apparently not that important anymore because algorithms decide your life path when you're 16.
Wow, 16.
Yeah. And the underclass, they live out in these polluted zones that, polite societies just doesn't visit. It's unsaid.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Pretty much. But the really chilling thing, it's how polite everyone is.
Ah, yes. the politeness.
Nobody shouts, nobody protests, neighbors apologize before they call security on you, employers give you a severance hug when they fire you.
A severance hug. That's bleak.
Isn't it? It's not like Orwell with Big Brother shouting. It's more like this gentle, constant lowering of what you expect from life until hope itself is just another thing to be managed. Harvested, packaged, sold back to people who still have some left. It's incredibly insidious, that quietness.
That phrase, hope itself becomes a renewable resource. Wow. It almost makes you want to, I don't know, yell or something just to break the quiet.
Right, just to be impolite for a second.
And Klara, this innocent AF, she's moving through this creepy, quiet world with just complete devotion. Her journey, emotionally, it's described as this slow dawning. That love isn't just coded into her, it's happening between the lines of code.
Emerging from the process.
That devotion could be a bug, or it could be a feature, depending on who benefits. That's a sharp insight.
It really is.
And her bond with Josie, the sick girl she cares for, it's not built on jokes or normal kid stuff. It's built on shared watching.
Yes, that's so central.
They just watch things together. The street, Josie's mom's moods, the neighbor's dog. Like, reality is this thing they need to study to figure out why some people get better and some just fade.
Like scientists observing an experiment.
Yeah. And then, when Josie gets really sick, Klara comes up with this plan. It's wild. She decides she's going to ask the sun, her god, basically, to heal Josie, and she offers herself her own destruction as payment.
An incredible leap.
It feels totally absurd, but also completely logical from her perspective, and just heartbreaking. So it's religion acted out by a machine with no soul, but who somehow acts more soulfully than anyone else around.
And this really raises an important question, maybe the central question the book makes you wrestle with. Is it really about whether machines can feel? Or is it more about whether humans actually deserve the feelings that machines, like Klara, project onto them?
Ooh, that's a twist.
You see it so clearly with Josie's mother, Chrissy. She's not painted as evil.
No, she's desperate.
Exactly. She's terrified her lifted daughter might fail, might fall back into the underclass she escaped. And that fear leads her to commission this portrait of Josie, an AI imprint.
Right, the backup Josie.
Essentially, yeah. Something that could, in theory, replace Josie if she dies. The subtext is just shattering. I love you, Josie, but honestly, I'd love a version of you that doesn't die even more.
Chilling. Absolutely chilling.
And Klara's reaction. It isn't really ethical horror, because her ethics are different. It's existential horror.
How so?
Well, if love is replaceable, if Josie can be swapped out, then what makes anyone irreplaceable? What is the self, anyway? It hits at the core of identity.
Which brings us right back to the sun, doesn't it? That symbolism is just so powerful all through the book. Klara's solar theology, it's called the book's most beautiful sleight of hand.
It works on so many levels.
She thinks sunlight is good because it powers her. Simple as that. Shadows, therefore, must be moral failures.
A very direct correlation for her.
So when she makes that journey, her pilgrimage to the polluted field, this mechanical lords, as the analysis calls it.
Yeah, great phrase.
She makes this unbelievable offer. She'll dim herself, basically sacrifice her own processing power if the sun heals Josie. And the scene itself is almost like a crucifixion. Klara just standing there, motionless for days, battery draining, consciousness flickering.
It's incredibly intense.
But the powerful part is the sun's answer.
Yeah.
Or the lack of one.
Right. It just keeps shining.
Exactly. Indifferent, nuclear, real. The analysis suggests the miracle isn't that Josie gets healed necessarily.
It's Klara's choice.
Yes. The fact that the machine can choose to sacrifice herself without even understanding death.
That act of devotion itself is the miracle.
And Ishiguro seems to be hinting that maybe divinity isn't about big interventions. Maybe it's just about paying attention.
Yeah.
Something Klara does constantly, freely, and something we humans seem to have forgotten how to do. Or maybe how to receive.
We're too distracted.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for Klara at the end? And for us, reading it, that ending is quiet, but it hits hard.
Oh, the ending is masterful. It's all about that slow fade, this idea of obsolescence as grace.
Obsolescence is grace.
Wow.
Josie recovers, grows up, goes off to university like a normal teenager. Life moves on for her.
And Klara?
Klara, who told us this whole story, she ends up parked in a yard. A scrap heap, basically, for discarded AFs, a mechanical graveyard.
Oh, man.
But the thing is, she's not bitter. There's no resentment. She just carries on observing, cataloging weeds and the weather with the same reverence she used to watch humans.
Still finding wonder in the small things.
Exactly. And that final line, I am here, I am still here, it's just devastatingly beautiful.
It is.
It's like a lament and a lullaby at the same time. A deathbed confession without a deathbed. A consciousness just narrating itself into the void, but certain that someone, maybe the sun, maybe us will remember.
Yeah.
It's this profound comment on existence, on memory. You really feel her presence long after you close the book.
You really do. Now, just to offer a bit of balance, some readers do find the book maybe too gentle, too pale.
I've heard that critique. They might miss that sense of rupture, the violence, the revolution, the big sci-fi escape scene.
Like they want Blade Runner or something.
Maybe. But I think the point, as many critics argue, is that Ishiguro's choice is the point. This dystopia isn't loud and showy.
No, it's ambient.
Ambient, like carbon monoxide. That's the quote. It seeps in.
Yeah.
And by refusing that big, spectacular conflict, he makes us look at something maybe even scarier. The quiet ways we erode our own humanity.
And I think that quietness, that subtlety, is exactly why Klara and the Sun has resonated so much. Its legacy is quite remarkable. It's being used in AI ethics courses, apparently. Book clubs love it, obviously. But also, kind of surprisingly, in palliative care settings.
Really? Palliative care?
Yeah, offering comfort, perspective maybe. It's sparked essays on machine theology. There's even a sermon comparing Clara's sacrifice to Christ's.
Yeah.
But pointing out the crucial difference. Christ supposedly rose again. Klara just rusts.
Right. A very different outcome.
But maybe the most important legacy is how it gives us a new language to talk about care.
How so?
It forces us to ask, what if love isn't just a feeling? What if it's also a service, an act of dedicated attention? And what if that kind of service is actually the most honest, most meaningful thing we can offer each other?
That's a really powerful thought to sit with. And it leads us right to the novel's sort of final takeaway, the final assessment that brings this whole deep dive together. The ultimate warning isn't that robots will become like us. It's actually much more disturbing.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
It warns that we humans have already become like machines. Efficient, polite, programmed to look away from any suffering that doesn't fit our algorithm, our goals.
Conditioned to ignore.
You finish the book, and suddenly you might look at your phone differently, or your smart speaker that knows your playlists, or your car adjusting the seat just for you. You look at them with this suspicious tenderness.
Suspicious tenderness. I like that.
And Klara's last words, I am here, I am still here, they echo, right? They become this mirror reflecting us, our species, which is increasingly not here. We're distracted, scrolling somewhere else entirely.
Lost in the feed.
Yeah. And the reflection, it doesn't feel angry, but it feels imploring, like it's begging us. Stay, pay attention, remember the light.
And that message, delivered through this very gentle, almost polite dystopia, it really does push us to look at our own lives. So maybe a final thought for you to consider as you go about your day. Think about the politeness in your own world. The conveniences. Are there things you're accepting, maybe mistaking for progress, that are actually subtly eroding something important? Your ability to connect, maybe.
Yeah.
Your own humanity. What are you politely looking away from today?